SHW pre-show.
SHW, this is our wrestling.
You think you could walk all over me, but I don't see that happening. We're warriors who strike terror into the hearts of others without warning.
And now, the voices of Southern Honor Wrestling.
Brandon Benefield, Gerard Bonner, and Diana Michelle.
Fight our way
Oh boy, here we go. We are live. I'm B-Double Brandon Benefield. This is GB Gerard Bonner and the lovely Diana Michelle. It's the SHW52 pre-show coming to you from Canton, Georgia here at the Action Building. You guys,
I'm excited.
are y'all pumped? Look at you wearing the snakeskin dress.
Look, it is the Jake the Snake Legacy Championship match tonight. I had to come accordingly because it's going to be a hot match.
Absolutely.
It's going to be hot.
I don't have an explanation for mine. I'm sorry, but I'm here.
Yes.
And that's what's important because we're
matters.
making history tonight. As you alluded, we're crowning a new champion, introducing a new title here, and all sorts of craziness following the absolutely insane SHW51. And then there's a Hall of Famer in the house.
Okay.
There's a lot going on here tonight.
Absolutely. Not only, as you mentioned, is there a Jake the Snake Legacy Championship final match tonight,
Say it.
but Jake the Snake, the Hall of Famer himself,
Say
the SHW
He's here.
matchmaker, is in the
He's
house.
here.
He's doing a meet and greet right now. The crowd
Right
is
now.
flooding in, and he's out front meeting all these great SHW fans.
Yeah.
And we are thrilled to have him. Of course, we know he's been the matchmaker for the last, several months now
Yes.
in SHW,
Yeah.
and things have really turned a new leaf here in the company ever since he took over the reins of making the matches, and now he's finally here to crown the
Yes.
first ever Legacy champion. It's going to be awesome, and that's just one huge match on a card full of massive matches.
Yes. And just to reiterate that, yes.
Yes.
We're talking about, okay, if you guys watched this past week, we had the Kenway on to kind of, shed a little light on his side of the story.
Right.
When it comes to him and Chip and their rivalry. And tonight, we get them again. We get them head on head for this championship. And I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
here for that.
Yeah, I've got to admit, for all of the matches that have been announced, that's the one that I'm sitting here going, OMG.
Yes.
Because we've got a good memory. I believe it was SHW50 or 49.
It was,
one or
a few
two,
shows ago, yeah.
Where they had their first meeting here in SHW. Went to a 15-minute draw. We were corrected last month by one Chip Day as he was talking Chip. And he told us Kenway did not take him to the limit,
That's right.
just took him to the time limit.
The time limit.
So I don't know if there's a time limit tonight, but what I do know is we're going to have a winner,
Yep.
and we're going to crown the first ever Jake the Snake Legacy champion. It's happening live here tonight.
I cannot wait. Well, on top of that, like I said, we got a whole card full of great matches. And let's kind of run through them here real quick. We've got the Hierarchy, the new SHW Tag Team Champions as of last month.
Right. Yes.
They will be in action tonight. It is not a title match, but their opponents, if their opponents are able to defeat them, then the opponents will receive a title match in the future. And those opponents are none other than the returning for the first time in over a year.
Yes.
The inaugural SHW champion, Kevin Ryan, will be back in the Action Building here tonight, teaming with Chris Crunk, who we've seen here in SHW before as well. And they are the Akudo Death Society, and they will be taking on the Hierarchy. It's going to be a good one.
Kudo Death Society.
Yep.
That's just fun to say.
You're just making
It
sure you
is.
get it right
It's fun.
for
Oh,
when you're in the ring. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not even worried about that no more. I mean, if Samantha can mess it up, Diana can show enough mess it up. Not on purpose, but we're going to make sure it's a Kudo Death Society. But I'm looking forward to this match. I did forget, thank you, that it was not a championship match. So, they're just going to have fun tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a proving ground. It's interesting. I think the last new tag team that came through here a couple of months ago tried their hand with the Hierarchy before the Hierarchy became champions. I think this is going to be an interesting match for a couple of reasons. For one, the war, it seems like, between the Hierarchy and Happy Madness seems to be over as a result of that tables match. So now I wonder, how will the Hierarchy behave without a proverbial chip on their shoulder? They don't have an axe to grind. They're just here to beat up people, which, quite frankly, is fun for them.
Right.
Meanwhile, the Akudo Death Society, a.k.a. Akuna Matata, they are going to be doing their thing here tonight. And I think it's interesting because, you know, Kevin Ryan, as we know, has a lot of history in this place.
Yep.
The first ever SHW champion. He's historically been involved in a tag team scenario, was involved in the first ever finals for the tag team titles here. I wonder how he's going to respond with a new tag team partner here. Now, they've been teaming together for a little while.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, and he's going to get as close to the tag titles as he's been.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very interesting match, and what a way to come back for Kevin Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We're excited to have him back. I know the SHW crowd will be excited to see our first ever champion, especially the folks that have been here since day one.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of our fan base that have been here for the whole ride for the past 5 years. So.
Considering the last time he was here, he was injured.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what kept him out for a year.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So on top of that, we also have a couple of big Rumble Jack qualifier matches because next month, yes, it is here already. August is the big Rumble Jack, the annual Rumble Jack, and it's going to be exciting. It's always one of our big shows every single year. And, yeah, 2 big qualifying matches tonight. One of those matches is going to be Movie Mike returning, who he made his debut last month and has some sort of infatuation with Ashton Starr. We still haven't quite figured out what the deal is there, but he'll be taking on a newcomer to SHW, but not a newcomer to the business. We're talking about an over 20-year veteran, Cabana Man Dan, making his way. He's been all over the Southeast, all over the country, as a matter of fact, but never here in SHW. But he's here tonight in his debut. Now, Mike, he's coming off a win last month. He wants to keep the momentum going, I guess, to maybe continue impressing Ashton or whatever the deal is there. And then you have Dan coming in, and he's going to want to show out in his debut here at SHW. It's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to this. Now, look, I was watching him just kind of move around. He was in his own little world. I was expecting more of a, you know, out there kind of a Bob Marley vibe or something. He was just chilling, doing his, like a Cabana Man would do, I guess he would do. I don't know. I'm expecting some fun in this match. I'm expecting him to show out and do what he does. This is my first time seeing Cabana Man Dan, and I've got high expectations.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a big match. I'm concerned for Movie Mike, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Movie Mike, again, has an obsession. I think it's safe to call it an obsession at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Based on what happened last month with Ashton Starr, the question now is, can he focus enough? Because it's not just a match. It's an opportunity to get into the Rumble Jack. And if you qualify for the Rumble Jack and win it, you get a shot at the SHW Championship, which, I mean, right now, I don't know that I want to touch the SHW Champion, but this is a way to get in. I mean, you can call your shot, basically.
Yeah.
Will Movie Mike be focused enough on that, or does he care more about the affirmation and the attention of Ashton Starr? We'll find out tonight.
Yes, on top of that, we did find out that Cruel, the Atrocity, after returning last month, coming back from injury and surprising us all when he turned out to be Sunny Days' tag team partner with Sal Bernard being injured. Cruel has been announced that he will be back in action here tonight. But there's a little bit of a weird situation going on because, as you'll know, not only was Cruel the SHW champion, which he had to relinquish due to injury, he was also the IWTV World Champion. And they said he should relinquish it due to injury. However, he still has the title belt.
He does.
He's still claiming to be the champion. We're still calling him the IWTV World Champion. I mean, I don't see why not. They claim to have another IWTV World Champion right now. So it's a weird situation we're in, and I don't know who he's in action against tonight. All we know was that it was announced that he is in action, and I don't know. We've never really heard Cruel speak.
No.
So I don't know if he'll have anything to say about the situation. I did see a post on social media saying he would have the title belt with him tonight.
He did say that.
So I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. What do you guys make of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't know what to expect on this. Anytime the Atrocity Cruel walks in the door or his presence is anywhere around, it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
It is. We don't know what to expect. I know he enjoys being champion. I don't know. Personally, can I throw this out there? Can I just throw it out there? He had to relinquish the SHW title. Can we just get him and Judas in a match? Can we just skip all the craziness and just do it? Can we?
You know, you raise a lot of questions here, which, quite frankly, I don't know that I ever saw the day that Diana Michelle would recommend Cruel to be in a SHW title match.
I mean,
but I
am kind of shocked.
It's Judas.
Listen, we've seen a lot of things happen on this podcast. She said some nice things before about exotic youth.
That's true.
I was ill that day.
Well, listen, they broadcast it around the world.
You're talking about how hot it is
I
out.
know.
Maybe you're overheating.
It's just, yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I need some ice.
Here's what I do know. Controversy around the IWTV World Championship has made its way to SHW.
Yes.
And I don't know. I do know that Gary Lamb, somewhere between the last couple of days, posted that he had a lot to say about IWTV and Cruel.
Right.
I don't know if any of this is related or not. But what I do know is Gary Lamb with a live mic is already a live wire. You throw in this IWTV controversy, Cruel, who they have a love-hate relationship.
They really do.
I don't know what's going to happen. What I do know is you want to be here to see it live.
And one thing that he said in that post, that I know what you're talking about, GB, I saw it a couple days ago, but he said something that I kind of agree with, whereas they might not get along, but Cruel
It's family.
is family. Cruel is Southern Honor since day one.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like,
I can beat up my brother, but you can't.
we can have beef, but you can't have beef with our guy.
Right.
We're going to stick up for our guy.
It's us against the
if
world.
If they're on the same side.
That's even scarier.
Ooh, it's dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was Cruel's organization, Dishonor, that Gary went to fight against to get his company back.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. Politics make strange bedfellows, and I don't know what's happening around these parts.
Are you kidding me?
But
what is this?
Oh boy!
Well, luckily he's off frame here.
What match are we talking about?
You got to come over.
We're talking about exotic youth, right?
If you're going to interrupt us, at least get in the frame over here because we can't.
You're going to have to get closer.
Tell me what they say.
You're going to have to get closer so you can be seen.
Special guest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's it.
he's. I don't know how we're going to handle this because you can tell these people don't exactly like each other.
No.
But Bryce Cannon is here.
Unlike these two buffoons, I can remain professional and not have to lay hands on anybody.
Oh.
You know,
really?
GB, you're actually the only one that I respect in this group, to be
I
honest.
appreciate that,
You're
sir.
the only
Thank
one that
you.
has your
Why
head
don't
on
you
straight.
come sit on his lap?
Diana, a man is talking. Zip it.
Boy.
Zip it.
Oh, you're not even on frame. Nobody even knows who you are.
Yeah, turn the other way. Now, GB, what were you saying?
Look,
Please
let me
stop.
just
No,
before
I
you
said
go.
GB. I said GB.
Look, do you want to be seen or not? Scoot in.
Scoot in.
You moron.
You're not even on frame.
Boy. Well,
You're going to have to lean in.
there now you all can see Bryce Cannon is here. Sir, what brings you out here to this pre-show?
Well, do you want views or not?
Okay, well.
Look, I'm here because everybody is down to us about this whole Cyrus the Destroyer All-Star Special match.
Yeah.
It's all conspiracy. Look, the matchmaker's in the house tonight. And what does he want? He wants to see the end of Exotic Youth. Is it because Diana Michelle pretty much said that we were the 4 horsemen of today's generation?
She did say that.
But she can't count because there's 3 of us.
Wow.
I did not call you the 4 horsemen of
I'd
today's
love to know where she got
generation.
educated.
Wow.
You know what? I'm done with you.
So let me ask you this question, because of course we're referring to the match Cyrus the Destroyer All-Star Special against Exotic Youth. What strategy do you have in this match? Because a lot of people are saying that you guys could be underdogs.
Well, if all 3 of them can afford cell phone service and they're watching this, I'm not going to say what we have planned.
But you have a plan.
Of course.
Of course.
How else do you think we're 2-time Georgia Wrestling History Tag Team of the Year?
That's true.
We always have a plan. And if plan A doesn't go according, we got B, C, D, everything 1, 2, 3.
You mentioned the matchmaker is here. That, of course, being Jake the Snake Roberts. Have you had a chance to talk to him about this situation at all?
Yeah, I try to avoid him.
Okay.
He's just as unprofessional as these 2.
Oh.
I mean, let's be honest. Everybody saw the clip that Southern Honor Management wanted to play on the screens here a couple of months ago of Jake decapitating me on AEW.
That was the best.
It's ridiculous.
Awesome.
So good.
It was
If
really
that
good.
old man puts his hands on me tonight, it's going to be the end of his career. He'll be doing no more appearances for Southern Honor, no more appearances for AEW. He'll be done.
Wow. Wow.
You hear this, Jake?
Give me a break.
Would you guys? Is there anything else you'd like to say to our audience or to anybody here?
If you're not at the action building right now, you've got. Can you tell time?
What do we have? 45 minutes?
45 minutes to get down here. I don't know if we're first, if we're last, but you can witness history tonight as Exotic Youth in Cyrus the Destroyer and All-Star Special, also known as Ass.
I do agree with the first part of that, but
Wow.
God.
Let me tell you something. This has become destination TV.
Everybody
Everybody shows up here, and I mean, we were just trying to preview the match, and
He's a rude individual.
I was actually very nervous because you guys know it's a very
was good.
tenuous relationship between my broadcast partners and Bryce Cannon, and y'all all right?
I was good.
I'm fine.
You guys actually held your
I told
composure
you he
very
gave me
well.
anxiety. But
I just wasn't going to talk to the guy, but I will agree with the one thing he said there right before he left, which was if you're not out here, get here to the action building.
we'll witness history.
The last part he said I won't agree with, but
Now the question is, what kind of history will be made? Will Cyrus get destroyed as he claimed?
No.
Or will this be the end of Exotic Youth as we know it?
I like that part.
Cakewalk.
I like that part.
And let's not miss the other part in here. And that is the return, the official return of All-Star Special.
Absolutely.
You know,
The roof nearly came off this place last month.
Did.
When they surprised everybody towards the end of our main event matchup, and it was insane. If you haven't watched it on IWTV, go back and listen to this guy blow a gasket. It was awesome. We were all blowing a gasket.
Yes.
The whole building was just shaking.
Yeah.
In fact, I was seeing, I think it was this past week, that it was the anniversary of Goldberg defeating Hogan inside the Georgia Dome.
That's correct.
And all these interviews of the people that were there at the time talking about how the dome was just shaking
Wow.
when that
Yes.
moment happened.
Wow.
And I will venture to say the very same thing happened last month. The action building was just, I mean, there was
feel
like
it.
There was dust falling.
coming
Yeah.
from the
Literally.
ceiling because the whole
Literally.
foundation was just shaking
Yeah.
when those guys made the return. It was absolutely insane. And tonight, as you mentioned, they return in the ring in this six-man tag match, teaming with Cyrus the Destroyer. I mean, they call themselves All-Star Special. You said it on the podcast earlier in the month. All-Star team.
Right.
Yes.
You got those two guys, former
That's
tag
right.
team champions,
That's
and
right.
Cyrus the Destroyer.
Come
Are you
on.
kidding me?
Come on.
And anybody thinks that Exotic Youth has a shot?
Come on.
Give me
I
a
don't know
break.
who's crazy enough to get in the ring with them, but then it does make me wonder, what do they have up their sleeve? They've got to have something up their sleeve.
I just want to hear the quarter drop. I just want to hear the quarter drop.
Yeah. And what's coming out of the jukebox
Exactly.
tonight?
I just want to hear the quarter drop.
There's no telling. I want to hear what's in the jukebox, and I want to see Bryce Cannon get dropped right on the tip, right in the center of the ring.
Right on his tip.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I have two suggestions for the jukebox tonight. It could be, this might be too slow, Reunited and It Feels So Good. Or,
I mean, it is Sweet Caroline, so I don't know if it's being slow is the problem.
that's true.
That's
or
true.
LL Cool J's Mama Said Knock You Out,
Did that
because of the
one.
That
first
was
few
last month.
words. Don't call it a comeback.
That's what they used last month. Yeah.
Oh, is that?
You were too busy losing your mind.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
All I know is I heard the
drop.
drop.
I understand
And
how you
I-
don't remember that because you
Yeah.
were just out of it.
He was
I
just
get it.
completely out of body. That
You
was
were.
like-
He was
I was.
out of body experience.
I really was.
Anyways, going to be an amazing six-man tag match. We were going to talk about that match later on, but since he came out here, might as well go ahead and talk about it now.
Yeah.
And like you said, GP, you just never know who's going to show up here on the pre-show.
You know.
Let's
Just
pray
like
that
Who's
doesn't
going to
happen
show up in this
again.
building tonight?
That's true. You just never know. But
I mean-
what we do know is what he talked about. Jake the Snake is here tonight.
He's here.
He's currently doing a meet and greet out front. You still got time to get out here.
As his All-Star Special, like, we can literally
Oh,
see
yeah.
them behind this camera. They are
They're
posing
selling
for
merch.
pictures. That's what they do,
Mer-
right?
Mercenaries.
So
Yeah.
you can meet them. And you know what's cool about meeting Jake the Snake right now is it's only the price of admission.
Right.
Normally when you meet Jake the Snake at one of these conventions, you have to pay a certain cost, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
You just have to pay to get in the building, and you can meet Jake the Snake Roberts, ask him questions, take pictures. Like, get here and do that quickly.
Absolutely. Tickets available at the door. And as always, kids 10 and under are totally free.
Yes.
So come on out, 261 Marietta Road, Canton, Georgia. If you're anywhere nearby, or even if you're not that close by, you still have 40 minutes until bell time. So just, pick up, bring the family, come on out and join us, man. It's going to be
We
amazing.
got food, we got burgers, we got all kind of stuff. So.
And we've got AC.
Yeah.
We've got AC, so come on down. I tell you what, we had last month the revamped women's division kicked off here in SHW. We were joined by none other than Danny Misdemeanor Jordan here at the commentary booth, and tonight she makes her in-ring return. It has been since Still Here 3.
Yes.
So over almost fully 2 years ago, right?
Yeah,
that she's had
almost
a match in the ring.
Yes.
We've seen her pop in from time to time for various reasons, but she has not been in the ring due to injury, and now she's back, and she's taking on a newcomer, Jada Stone. GB, I know you know a lot about Jada Stone from some other promotions here around the area.
Absolutely.
And this one's going to be an exciting matchup.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's the women's division, okay? That's enough said.
Yeah.
Enough said. Danny's back. She's going to show us all she's been doing lately. And Jada, she's new. I don't know a whole lot about Jada.
Yeah.
I still have to go find her and
She's
get
amazing.
to know her a little bit.
You're going to love her.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, you know, here's what's so interesting about this. You mentioned how it's been almost 2 years since Danny Jordan's been in a wrestling ring, let alone an SHW ring. Well, literally, it's been that amount of time that Jada Stone's been in the business.
Wow.
And so it just goes to show you that when you step away, the business keeps moving.
It does.
The sport keeps moving, and people keep growing. This is a first-time ever meeting between these two, and I think Danny is in for a major shock with Jada Stone. Jada Stone's been all over the wrestling world. We've seen her on AEW and Impact and a number of places, and she's been doing some big. Matter of fact, remember Dream Girl Ellie? We saw her last month.
Yep.
Jada holds a win over Dream Girl Ellie.
Wow.
Okay.
And Maddie Renkowski.
Wow.
I mean, the list of people that have been in the ring with Jada that have fallen to her is pretty impressive. So
Very
Danny's got her work cut out, and I'm intrigued to see what the last year and a half has done for Danny.
Yeah.
Like, does she have any ring rust? Is there any anxiety? You know, I don't know. We're going to find out tonight. And Jada Stone, I think, is going to become a permanent fixture here after these people get a load of her.
Absolutely. And one of the things, following Danny on social media, you've seen that she's been training for quite a while.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, to your point, GB, there's a difference in training and then actually having a match.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious as well to see how she holds up tonight.
Yeah.
Her first time back inside of an SHW ring.
Thank you, that part.
So-
training and having a match and then having a match at home.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially against a newcomer
Yeah.
who knows. Everybody's been talking about this revamped women's division.
Right.
Can you imagine Jada Stone coming in and defeating Danny Jordan? A year ago, we might have said, oh, maybe not. You know, but it's a whole different ball game right now.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen tonight.
Absolutely. And earlier we talked about the Rumblejack qualifier matches. We talked about one earlier with Movie Mike and Cabana Man Dan. Well, we have another big one, and it's going to be Owen Knight and Shoot Taylor. And not only is it a Rumblejack qualifier, but this one's a bit personal after what happened at last month's show, GB. Tell us about what went down after Shoot's match last month.
Well, certainly last month, Shoot Taylor fought for the Jake the Snake Championship, was eliminated by Chip Day, who we'll be talking about a little bit later. But then he got attacked by, I don't even know what to call him anymore. We used to call him the working team
He's just
captain.
Owen Knight.
I call him the silent assassin because he sat here on commentary and didn't utter a mumbling word.
And you tried. It was like pulling teeth.
Yeah. And here's a guy who I'd like to say we've been friends over the years. He wouldn't say a word to me and gave me this snarl.
Had been.
And then he went, had been, that's the key, because
Yeah.
we aren't anymore. Then he went and he attacked Shoot Taylor and then got in the ring and decided to talk. And when he decided to talk, he gave basically a manifesto to the point where he had to be dragged out of the ring.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know, I'd like to call Owen Knight the Iron Man in this situation when it comes to Rumblejack.
Right.
But I don't know if Rumblejack is a concern for him right now. I don't know what his agenda is right now. Is it just beating people up? Is it getting back to the championship? I don't know. Shoot Taylor, please be careful.
Yeah, I don't know that Rumblejack qualifying is on either one of these guys' minds.
I agree.
Shoot, being he is technically the new guy here. Great showing. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be looking for some revenge.
He
Okay?
should be.
I mean, and he should be. Right.
Yeah.
I think when he first came in, he was kind of the bad guy, you know, and then he turned face and whatever. But now, is he going to be able to pull that ruthlessness back out of him against Owen? And Owen, he's got a lot of emotion, a lot of stuff going on in his mind, everything that's happened over the last year or so. I think qualifying for the Rumble Jack for either one is just going to be icing on the cake for
Yeah.
the win.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be a brawl. I'm expecting a brawl.
Yeah.
Just throw down brawl in this match.
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what Shoot does in response to
Right.
what
Yeah.
Owen did to him, because this is the first time we've seen somebody do that to Shoot.
Right.
And like you said, Shoot's still fairly new here
Yeah.
at SHW. Had a handful of matches. Started kind of getting over with the fans. He's got the exciting theme music when he comes out. Shoot, shoot! The whole
Right.
crowd gets going.
That's
right.
I get going. I can't
Yeah.
help it.
Yeah.
And now that Owen has done what he did to Shoot last month, I'm just excited to see if we see this like a vicious side of Shoot
Yes.
Taylor come out.
Yes.
And I think Owen might be sorry that he opened this can of worms.
Well, the other side of it is we've not seen Owen in the ring since all of this chicanery has gone
Right.
on.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Owen is willing to pull out of his bag of tricks. You
I
know
mean, we
what
saw what he did to Naja. That was the last time we saw him in the ring, right?
Exactly, and we haven't seen Naja since.
Yeah.
So this is going to be very intriguing tonight. Don't miss this match.
Last month, so many crazy things happened last month, but one of the other things that we found out about was the official arrival of the end game. We've got Nick Halen, the SHW champion Judas, and Todd Sexton forming this alliance, calling themselves the end game, and they have their sights set on Corey Hollis and Gunnar Miller. And we talked about this last week on the preview show when we were talking to the Kenway about it. Corey and Gunnar seemingly on the same page, but it's like you said, I don't know if it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
They did embrace in the ring at one point, like
Yeah.
towards the end of their match. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see Corey teaming with Gunnar to take on Judas and Nick Halen.
Yeah.
I'm really careful on this one. I really am. Something in me just will not allow me to put trust in Corey.
Yeah, it's hard.
I want to. I want this to be a union. I want it to be something that we can look forward to and feel good about and get behind. But I have such a hard time trusting Corey.
Yeah.
I mean, when he betrayed Gunnar, he was betraying Gunnar with Judas.
Correct.
As Lethal Poison, they
As
tried to
Lethal
kill the
Poison.
company for better part of 2 years.
Right,
Yes.
and they try to get him in and then
So-
behind his back talking, you
Yeah.
know, oh yeah, he thinks this, he thinks that. But what's to say that's not still going on? I mean, Todd fooled us all, y'all. Who's to say?
Not this guy. The rest of us, though.
Except he knows everyking. Though.
Well,
He's a guru.
to your point, the end game played the long game.
Thank you.
And so with that, it makes me wonder, and I understand why you can't trust Corey Hollis, because we have nothing but history.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And all of the history of Corey Hollis says he doesn't really love this company. So I'm not sure what's happening right now. I do know that if I'm Gunnar Miller, I want to try not to get caught up,
Thank you.
because Gunnar Miller should be focusing on the SHW championship.
Keep that head on a swivel.
But to your point that you made much earlier, you know, Gunnar Miller has had a focus issue.
Yeah.
And he gets easily distracted, as we've seen, and now he's caught up into this war with the end game, and the SHW championship just is kind of in the background when you would think that he would want a rematch after what happened. But,
Right.
yeah, I don't know. Revenge is definitely on their minds tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And, of course, we touched on this at the beginning of this pre-show. Our big main event, we will be crowning the first ever Jake the Snake Legacy Champion. We've had a tournament going on the last couple of months. We're in the finals. We got the snakeskin dress over
That's
here. Diana Michelle. Jake the Snake Roberts is actually in the house here tonight. He's been meeting the fans out front. We got a great crowd on hand looking around the building right now as they're still filing in. And it's going to be awesome.
killing it.
Yeah, DJ Tonic's in the house. And I don't know if you can't really see it on the camera. You can see a little bit.
You can
but
see
Impact, one of our camera guys, just breakdancing up there, which it's kind of got me a little
He does
distracted. Anyway, you
everything.
got to
He does
focus here.
everything. He can do it all.
I know. Anyways, this big championship match, as we mentioned, we had Kenway on the show last week. We had Chip on the pre-show last month. Both guys with a lot to say, and they're throwing daggers, man. And so I can't wait till they just finally get in the ring and settle it once and for all. You mentioned that 15-minute time limit draw a few months ago between these two guys. Well, tonight, we've got to crown a champion.
We have to.
Yeah.
We've got to have our first ever JTS Legacy champion.
Right.
There's no time limits here. We're going to have a winner.
I don't know that this is going to be the end, though. I don't know it's going to be the end of this feud.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this might be something that goes on and on and on. I'm here for it, y'all.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I am too.
I dig them too, going against each other like that in the ring, on promos, on our podcast, anywhere. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love me some Bad Boy Chip Day. You know that. You know that. I know.
I had
It's
no
such
idea.
a secret. But I do. And I'm not going to say I'm pulling for Chip to win, but I will say
You're not pulling for Chip to
I'm
win.
not pulling for Chip. I was like, how do I say that without saying it?
We know. We get it.
We get it. There's so much to this match
Right.
tonight. When last month we were doing this podcast, and again, it got interrupted by Chip Day, you could literally feel the tension. When Chip Day talked about the Kenway, I got uncomfortable.
Yes. Oh.
Chills.
Extremely uncomfortable.
I could feel the
Lots
heat.
of chills. And then here it was, we were talking to the Kenway last week, and I got the same feeling.
It was ugly.
There is something deep-seated there that not even an interview can pull out. They lived it. They know what's happened.
Right.
And so now that there's a championship up for grabs and their feud that they brought to SHW, the big question is, what won't they do tonight?
Thank you.
I think they're going to pull out every single stop. I don't know who's got the call to referee it tonight, but I'm thinking it's going to be kind of lenient and let these guys go.
Let him go,
Scrap it
man.
out.
We don't
Just
want to see
scrap it.
disqualification or a count out. I don't know. I get the feeling tonight's going to be special. For Chip Day, he should be a champion in this
Should
company.
be.
Of course, he was a tag team champion, a total of 300 some odd days over 2 reigns, but he deserves singles gold. This could be his time. The Kenway, on the other hand, we heard his story loud and proud last week. Powerful story. This is his opportunity for redemption, to win a legacy championship, to create a legacy for himself that's different than what his family has gone through.
Right.
The story is incredible. It's going down here tonight.
It's going to be awesome. You've still got just about 30 minutes to get out here before bell time. And, come on down. Action Building, 261 Marietta Road. And as you can hear in the background, it's time to play the game. It's time for SHW52. So come on
Absolutely.
down here and don't miss out.
Yes.
We can't wait to see you. But until then, this has been
SHW.
This is our wrestling.
Boom.
Attention wrestling fans. Join us Friday, July 7th at the Action Building in Canton, Georgia for SHW52. We'll crown the first ever Jake the Snake Legacy Champion as Chip Day battles the Kenway in the tournament finals. Cyrus the Destroyer has chosen his partners and will take on Exotic Youth in 6-man tag team action alongside the returning All-Star Special. And 2 former champions unite as Gunnar Miller teams with Corey Hollis to take on Endgame, Nick Halen, and Southern Honor champion Michael Judas. Plus, the Hierarchy, Danny Jordan, The Atrocity, Cruel, and so much more. Tickets on sale at the door the night of the show starting at 5 p.m. Doors open at 7, bell time at 8. Invite your friends and pack the Action Building for another unforgettable night. Come see why we are SHW and this is our wrestling.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!